Hello guys, can
Hello,
you hear
everyone.
us? Yeah, I think we can start. Just need confirmation from our YouTube channel that everything is okay. Let's start. So yes, today we have some changes in our participants. So Mike will connect with us a bit later because he's driving now in Oman. So and he has some problems with internet connection, but he will connect it in maybe in an hour. So we will start with Sergey and Konstantin, and I think we have lots of different questions to talk about.
Yeah, we will start with questions, and Mike will connect and give his own vision for everything, not in particular questions.
Yes, and the first question is: will you do more face-to-face events? I think this
after
question.
after after COVID-19 ends.
Yes, and this question about offline events. We have offline events in some countries, for example, in Colombia, but I think we will have face-to-face events. Uh, can it be programmed to create NFT games? And the question about NFT is very popular, I think, nowadays, and Sergey can answer.
So NFT story will be clear next year. For now, it is only some kind of research and design, but we want to make NFT easy to use and high performance in Enecuum.
But don't worry, guys. Next year will start in 1 week, so it won't take long time.
And the NFT sales store is also in our schedule. We analyze OpenSea and other marketplaces, even open protocols for NFT marketplaces, and we check how we can integrate these protocols, or maybe make something similar, and what benefits from mobile devices we can get to NFT sphere.
I think we can go to the next question. The question is, what will be the future of the network? And it's very not very very interesting question, and who knows the future? But the
I
next
think the
year.
future will be bright.
I think the answer was in the question we skipped because it is not clear what kind of savior is implied. The question was, is the savior on your radar? I think that the future of the network is known by this savior.
Yes.
So you can already check the goals for the next year, and we will talk about it through all questions, but maybe it can be an answer for this about future question.
Yes, we today we updated our plans for the next year, so please check it. I think it's it can be interesting for you. The next question: by the next year, will you hold a competition in Latin America? We will continue our marketing in Latin America, and this market is very interesting for us. So we will have lots of activities in this region next year, included different conventions. Are you scheduled to participate in the event of El Salvador? I think we will check these events and maybe we will take a part in it. Maybe not. I need to check it first.
Latin America.
Latin America.
If I remember correctly, Mike had intention to visit Argentina in spring. Okay.
Yeah.
Just remember.
What's left to list us on Binance? To list on such exchange, we have to have a strong community, and the community development is one of the main goals for us for the next year, and I will talk about marketing plan after all the questions. I have seen lots of Enecuum advertising where I live. Will they have an office in Latin? Office in Latin sounds interesting, but now we have very good ambassadors in Latin. So I think in the beginning it's enough. When is the launch of Phoenix?
So about launching Enix, it seems that it will be very hard to make top tier audits for contracts. So we will start with our own bug bounty program in the Bit network. And this will be in the beginning, like several weeks. If we will perform well in this bug bounty, we will migrate Nx to the main network. But we still aim to pass serious security checks before we will actively invite funding. It also about bridge too, because if we want to bring liquidity, it should be done through some bridges. So at start it will be our own bridge. So we moved these security checks as a part before active liquidity pooling. Yes, so that is why we can release Nx earlier. But anyway, we should test it, and we can't guarantee that it will be flawless. If it smooth and perfect, it can be in Pulse network very soon. That's all for this question.
Okay, yes, so we will announce the bug bounty program for Enix space in Bit. Hope next week, yes? I think we will release it before the new year, and everyone can try to earn some DNX tokens.
It also connected with POW development. We think that there are three last issues we need to fix before public tests in BIT. So we need to manage these two aspects we want to test in a manner that it did not interfere each other. Like NX is one thing, POW is another, but both features are close to release in the main network. I mean that order of tests may change somehow. Like POW may be before NX.
Yes, and the next question is, will we have Enecuum on other platforms like Binance and Orches? In our plans, we have listing in one of top 10 exchanges next year. But on which one I can say now. But we will announce it later. So if we are talking about exchanges, in our plans there are two big listings next year. It will be top 10 and top 20 exchange. There will be at least two exchanges next year. So let's go to the next questions. They have billing system. If that's the answer where I get it. If the answer is no, will Enecuum be used to market? It's a bit strange translation, maybe, or Sergey?
Yes, the question was auto-translated. So maybe it is about what we call invoice system,
maybe yes.
When you can integrate Enecuum Chrome browser extension to make payments for some, for example, online shop. And we released a library that can assist website developer to communicate with our extension wallet. So maybe the answer is yes, but we do not sure about the question.
Let's move on to the next question. Enecuum and NX is the same company.
I think we can definitely say that it is the same team, yes. But about companies, it is.
It's different DOAs, I suppose.
The next question is about events in Latin America, and we already answered.
Yeah.
What future does the network have in terms of programming?
Yeah, we have plans for the next year to encourage open source community to make some applications on top of the network, or to extend current applications with some community-driven ideas. And first of all, from our side, we want to rethink, revise our API and documentation, maybe add some examples, so to make easier for programmers to start working with Enecuum. I think this year we made very solid Docker images system that can be easily started, run. So about communication with the node, maybe you need more focus on this.
Okay, let's move to the next question. And why did you choose JavaScript? Is Solidity really gives the edge the advantages over other networks?
Konstantin,
I think it's means legal misunderstanding because Solidity is language for smart contracts, and we use JavaScript not just for smart contracts, but it's our core language, which is used in development of nodes. So it's not correct to make comparison of these languages.
Maybe it's just different questions, like why?
Yes, it's like it's maybe two different questions. Why you use JavaScript, and answer is why not? Because it's allows to make rapid development. So is easier to maintain. And what about Solidity? And at the moment we can't explore our plans at the moment. I think it will be known. It will be discovered first quarter of next year.
I'd like to add about Solidity. I think that it is great not because it's great like a programming language. It is great because Ethereum is a very well designed blockchain. So that's the reason of its popularity.
Yes, Solidity has great adoption. It's not the best language itself, but at the moment we can say we have nothing to compare. It's the only popular language for smart contracts. That's true.
Okay, and the next question is what will happen when all Yengu coins mined?
You will get rewards from transactions, because at the moment there are two types of rewards: is transaction fees and mining rewards. Mining rewards will end in I don't remember, 10 or 20 years.
25. Some years have passed.
Yes. 25 minus make calculations by yourself, but idea is yes, the network is loaded with transactions, and transactions fees are shared between miners.
Yeah. Also, I think it was told from even the first white papers that we will have two types of smart contracts, like light one with fixed pricing and heavy ones that can be charged additional prices. It is not happening now, but in future, if the network will grow fastly, it very probable to be real, like not only fees from transactions, but fees from heavy computational contracts that can be significantly more profitable for miners.
The next question, don't you think the progress is slow? Aren't afraid that the other competitors will dominate the market and improve faster?
Maybe, but there are two like two sides. If you try to move fast, you can burn out all your fuel very quickly. We tried to do it in 18th year, yes, 2018, and it didn't show results. It didn't show good results. So we changed our way of working to a small team with more thoughtful steps, because at first iteration Enecuum was a big company with a lot of employers, but it didn't show good results from this. So I think time not only our enemy, because competitors can do something quickly or better, but it is our ally also, because time shows that our network have some history and became more and more mature. So it's a matter of trust. It is hard to trust a new network that claims everything done perfectly from scratch. Usually there are some like good and bad things happening, and when you pass it, you can be trusted.
And the next question is, I'm from Colombia, use only funds Enecuum. Do you have mine tipping system? Wait. Do you have mine any tipping system on this blockchain?
I think invoice about this also, invoice system. So now we're more focused on Annex development, but for the next year we will return to payment aspects. Now we're waiting for cold wallet integration. It is important for payment system to have strong backup in terms of security.
The next question is, when will the Annex launch? I think we had already answered this question. And when will be in other exchanges? As I said, we have a plan to list on at least 2 exchanges next year. And we have a system of buying with credit cards. You can buy via Coins Black, as I remember, with credit cards.
But not all banks are supported.
Yeah,
it's more.
And we will work in this direction to implement Enecuum to more exchanges who support credit cards. Also, you can use credit cards on KuCoin and buy, for example, USDT with credit card and then buy Enecuum. The next question, will we enter some P2P platform in the near future?
What P2P?
What kind of P2P is?
Peer-to-peer platform. Is Go Shoppies ships packages to Latin America? We will send these questions to our special guests, to Ben. And the next question will be sent to. So there are lots of questions from Latin America, as I see. In Latin, we will have conventions. Yes, we will have when you launch Yanix. We will launch it next year. We will launch Bug Bounty soon, and this question had already answered. I have several questions. What alliances do you have in mind? What alliances do you have in mind?
Maybe it's about partners.
Yes.
Partnerships.
I think it's about partnerships, and now we are working on different partnerships, including, for example, game dev, including metaverses projects who can implement Enecuum as a part of the economic. And next year also we will work with lots of new partners, and we will improve our business development, because we need more projects on top of Enecuum. But projects need liquidity, and that's why we are trying to launch our DEX as soon as possible with Bridge and with all ecosystem, which favors us in the project. Question.
I think what comes to mind firstly is not like perfect partnership. I mean, we struggle with anchor nodes a bit. It's the last days our challenge to make them have good performance. But maybe through all history of Enecuum, there were several good and very useful partnerships. I think it may be more a question for Mike. Maybe he will tell more about this. But I assume that our advisors that brought partners and connections made our coin listing possible. I think it's the main I don't know how to say. It's not kind of partnership, but more of connection.
Okay, do our partners contribute anything to the network? First, our partners bring transaction to the network, they bring new audience to the network, they bring new users, and the Enecuum become more and more popular. Well, Mike will connect it to our AMA just in a couple of minutes. Wait a bit, I will send him a link.
I think I can go
Yes.
on.
Let's move.
Does the blockchain need higher TPS for NX? It's not about NX, it's just about transaction load. It can be any kind of transactions, but you may have noticed that in Bit we have significantly higher TPS than in the main network. Now it is about 4 times higher, but some time ago it was about 20 times higher. We just cool it down to save disk space. So it's not a problem. We are ready for transaction load. So can we expect POW or NX first? Yes, you can. As I said a bit earlier, this both is very close to release, and it's kind of chance that I think POW will be earlier, but let's see. Does NX support existing tokens like USDT and BTC at launch, or only ENX ENQ pair? We are developing bridge to Ethereum to make wrapped and like pegged, I don't know, tokens that are locked in Ethereum and have counterpart copy in Enecuum network that can be traded on NX, and through the bridge it will be possible to make USDT and double 2 times wrapped BTC tradable.
And we are developing stable coin, so maybe it will be useful for players.
Hello, guys. Sorry for late.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. So, how is everything? I'm sorry for the late, and my congratulations to Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, first of all, to everyone, our community and our team. So, I was on the road, so I'm a little bit late. I will check the question. Yeah.
Yes, we decided to finish all the questions, and after that, start with our plans for the next year.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the next questions, Sergey?
A question about delays in the development of NX. I think the main reason was we wanted to make NX a more modern and contemporary, because when it was designed at first, and when the first version was implemented, some things changed and some features became standard for AMM DEX. For example, routing features, it was not planned in a very complex way, but now with for example, Uniswap auto router feature, we need to stand up to date to make NX up to date. So we changed a bit during development our goals. I think That's all. Maybe someone want to add something. Okay, let's move.
I think on the way when we decide and come to the market with the idea of NX Space, it was first vision that we will create the first utility projects on top of Enecuum, and when we start working more, develop it, and we find more details, which was actually take from our side the long time and more concentrated on details. So this is the actually I think the main reason, like because. Mm, And the second question is always the security. So we have to double check that everything is work correct, everything is work fine and securely.
Yeah, also bridge development came out a bit much more complex than we thought first of all. So bridge. Yeah. How is the team affected by COVID? Hope everybody is in good health. I think we were affected several times, but because of vaccines, how to say it?
Vaccination.
Vaccination, we moved through it without serious damage. So we are fine. Thanks. So next.
If Enecuum plans to get more attention, when will we see them more marketing? And about marketing, I think I will set after all the questions, because we have marketing plan for the next year, and we will have big marketing, and we will bring more attention to Enecuum project, more and more attention. Mike, you seems you have very
Loud
loud
background.
sound. Yes, loud background.
Okay.
Yes, when we will see more exchanges? These questions already answered. And what future goals does Enecuum have? I think we will go through all our goals when we will present our roadmap now. Yes, Sergey, what do you think?
Yeah, and you can already check it on the website Enecuum.com about roadmap menu. So further. Yeah.
What happened with your projects with Nayuta and Herdbout? Why never happened?
Yeah, so the first of all, this is the project the Hardbound. So they actually finally didn't decide to not move to our network, and I think it's finally this project is completely stopped by any reason. I have no idea why, and and we have no contact with the developers and the CEO of the project. So, but the idea was great and the project was great, but they finally stopped all development and marketing from their side. And Nayuta looks like the same. So the situation. So when someone come with idea to bring something or build something on top of Enecuum, we're always open and we're always happy to help the project build. And this is the actually this is the main reason why we launch our accelerator. But for any reason, projects can stop development, stop any activity from marketing perspective and any other perspective. So we cannot control the team, so we cannot push the team. So both of the project finally stopped all kind of activities.
I assume that these projects in reality were more complex, more hard to develop than initially planned by their teams. It's just my guess, but usually it is this what happens. So for the next question.
The next question. For Enix Space, you need a lot of liquidity for normal trading. Where will you find it? Do you have agreement with funds or traders? It's already dozens of exchanges and all of them fight for liquidity. Why they will choose your DEX?
Actually, as you remember, and if you check the all documentation of Enix Space, the main role and main utility of the Enix, it's super connected with all trading activity, and the role of the Enix is super interesting from the arbitrage perspective. And after we came to the market back in the April this year, I think more more than 20, maybe 30 decks come to the market. And if you check all of them, no one has those kind of activity, no one has those kind of utility and arbitrage opportunity as Enix token has. So this is why we believe that after Enix Space will be launched next couple of months, and after our bridge will be audited by third-party security company, the liquidity providers will come with a lot of liquidity to the Enix Space. Yeah, you can check like Trader Joe, Pangolin, QuickSwap, and a lot of different DEXs like Radium on this Solana, Trader Joe on Avalanche, Pangolin on Avalanche. So no one has those kind of utility and those kind of model of the token economics as Enix have. Yeah, I think that this is everything from my side.
Yes, let's move to the next questions. When you are going to launch Breach, before or after DEX?
I think it will be after DEX itself because Bridge requires additional security checks while the DEX is in testing stage for several months already.
Could you tell about partnership with Shisha Finance and profit from this partnership?
The Shisha Finance it's one of the most active funds, VC funds and crypto funds located in UAE and Middle East. So we believe that this partnership will help us to bring some projects on board on top of Enecuum and bring a project to the Enecuum accelerator. And we do believe that I do believe that it will be the very interesting partnership, including the projects based which work the Shisha Finance in Middle East and Africa region. And we already start negotiate and contact with a few projects which supported by Shisha Finance in Africa region. So I hope we will see the result of this cooperation in the next few months. Thank you.
And the next question, how community could be useful for any team? How we can help?
I think after the main projects like Enix Space and Tabula Bridge will be launched. We have to spread all over the world the utility of the Enix, the the possibility and the opportunity which will be opened after the Enecuum network will show the few projects which based on top of that. So we have to spread and we have to bring all those information to project, to developers, through liquidity providers all over the world. And of course, we will start promote and push and market from the marketing side more aggressive because uh, right now we're not so active in the marketing because the project is not ready, and we don't want to spend the tons of the money which we get from community and from the seed round to spend it to marketing, to bring it liquidity on the Uniswap, to ask people and users to trade just ERC20 tokens. So we are planning to push more in marketing after the projects will be launched for 100%.
And about how community could be useful. Uh, strong community opens doors to top 10 exchanges. And if you have strong and big community all over the world, it's quite easier to find new partnerships and to attract top projects to our blockchain. The next question: when one USDT and when 17? The one USDT I think is reachable for the next year because we don't have enough time to reach it in this year, so we will reach it next one.
Mike, your microphone is
Yeah. So actually, our plan was to reach 1 USDT in this year, and today we are still less than 10 cents, so 6 cents. It means we are actually like like 15 times less reach our goal than we was planned before and back in March or April this year. But this is the result by the end of this year. But in April, our price was almost half of USD. We was like 45, 44 cents. So it means that we are actually reach our goal in half, but we cannot mm, take the price and the same as back in April. I think the mainly reason that we cannot reach this goal because we cannot deliver the product until end of this year, 2021. I mean, so for the next year we will reach this goal, and I believe we will reach more than 1 USD with a few projects which will coming out on top of Enecuum. So this is how I can. This is how I see the situation for the next year, from the price perspective.
Let's move to the next questions. One more time about the launch of Enex. We already answered. And about face-to-face events in Latin.
also answered.
Also answered. And functions for programmers also answered. Let's check some questions in our chat. English chat. Wait. And we can move to, after that, we can move to our special guests. well, questions. Speaking of DEX, what will this project support and what will it offer us as network users? First, the DEX will bring new community members and the load for the network, if we're talking about network users. It will make Enecuum more popular, and in case of DEX we can invite and we can launch new projects on top of Enecuum, and maybe Sergey, you can add something.
I think I missed this question in chat, so I skip maybe this. Oh, what?
Speaking of DEX, what will this project support and what will it offer us as network users?
The main goal, the main utility that DEX makes token emission on top of Enecuum complete. You can create own tokens and you could trade it, because without trading, tokens are not fully utilized. So this Enecuum token machine that is integrated into DEX is like super goal on top of current trends and other stuff happening. But on the other hand, we introduce a way to move liquidity from other blockchains via bridge and make some additional incentives on our own platform for this borrowed liquidity. This thing is more of current in time opportunities, but for the network, for the blockchain, it's token utility for tokens on top of Enecuum. I think that's all. I see a question about space stations. How crucial will space station will be in whole operations? Could you elaborate more, and when will it be ready? So we are preparing in-depth description of space station, because now it is partly mentioned in various docs like NX Git book, Enecuum ETPs, and so it is hard to understand in whole. So we are preparing to make it clear. Space Station is already in Bit Network, but we didn't release user interface to inter what to use it. So because it's on tests now, we have it's in a closed network, so it's very close to being bit. I think you should wait for documents, because it is hard to describe this in a few words, more like some figures, schemes, images, preferable. A question about stablecoin. Konstantin already said we have plans about stablecoin. Yes. We already made some research activities about stablecoins, algorithmic stablecoins, half algorithm, half backed by something. Yes.
Not something, by Enecuum. So we decide to stop the all development and research first of all of the new projects like stablecoin, algorithmic stablecoin before we will not release the Enix, the Bridge, and the Trinity finally. So after that, after we will deliver those projects and those products, we will implement the NFT. We will implement the stable coins based on the algorithmic stable coin on top of Enecuum. So this is we actually planning to release next year, but let's see how fast we will be in this way.
Yeah, so it's not the main goal, but we keep in mind it.
I think we can invite our special guest, CEO of Enecuum 3 and Go Shopping.
Yeah.
While we're waiting, we can answer some questions from YouTube.
I see. I already looked for YouTube questions. Okay.
Whatever you like.
Is it still open to become a node for Enecuum system? May I apply? Yes, you can. There are 100 POS possible, and now we have only about 2 dozens, I think. So yes, you can be a POS. You can be POW in the test network now and help us with testing it. There will be ENQ rewards for testing POW a bit later. We need some preparations for this test. And POA, proof of activity, like mobile cell phone masternode, also available. Yes. Oh, we have Ben here.
Hi Ben, welcome.
Hello.
Some problems with connection.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi Ben, welcome.
Hi. How are y'all guys?
Thank you.
Great, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Looking forward to the new year, to the Christmas. Yeah. Lots of things to happen with the Enecuum team and Trinity Lab for 2022.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you hear me?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a repeating or something.
So let's move forward.
Let's move
We
forward.
are glad we are glad to see you, Ben, and
Yes.
we are happy that we are Anyvoc 3 on the Trinity Accelerator and one of the projects based on the Enecuum. So we are really happy, and we are planning to bring a lot of utility and to the new market for us, but it's already the old market for you.
Yes. So Roman, you want to ask me some questions, or should I just give a kind of an introduction of Go Shoppy as well as Enecuum 3 to start off with?
Better to give a short introduction for our community, and after that we will start with questions.
Awesome. Okay. My name is Ben Guerrero. So I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Go Shoppies as well as Enecuum 3 project. So I'm born and raised in Sri Lanka, but I was collared in Switzerland and I'm a Swiss national. So I'm living in the Kingdom of Bahrain right now, and we are having Go Shoppy operations in Dubai. So we're quite excited to team up with Trinity Lab as well as Enecuum for the state-of-the-art project that we want to launch in the loyalty token space. So just to give you a brief summary of Go Shoppy, Go Shoppy is a kind of a e-commerce ecosystem which has like a one-stop shop where all the merchants can present themselves organically as a kind of a open ocean of opportunity for the merchants. So they would have their organic presence on a shop front, like a virtual mall in the platform in the ecosystem. So many of the platforms has different kind of channel partners coming in with services, but what we focus is like, Go Shoppy to give all the necessary elements that is required for a merchant to grow organically. So right from inventory management to point of sales to having the shopping list for the customers to merchant customer wallets to social media, content management, all in that ecosystem. So we do have the loyalty reward program as well. So now we are kind of developing this unique project as Innovok 3, the loyalty token to come in and to plug in into the first e-commerce ecosystem, where we are also focusing globally to have Go Shopee as well as to partner with other e-commerce platforms to bring in the Innovok loyalty token so that there is a privilege for the consumer as well as the merchant to have tokens as a subscription, incented as a subscription model for their subscription models. This is kind of a quick synopsis in a nutshell what we are about.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
And we can move to the questions from our community. Okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the first question. Project looks interesting, but how much merchants do you have on board?
So we've kind of opened the e-commerce platform as a decentralized way in different countries. So we started off with Dubai. We have around 38 merchants and altogether around 15,000 users, and scaling up to going out to 20,000. So we pilot another same platform as a decentralized platform in the US with one pilot shop in St. Louis, and we have channel partners looking at opening up in UK. We are exploring in Philippines. We are exploring in Switzerland and the Netherlands and many other countries. As you can probably see on the light paper on Innovok 3 homepage, the presence of Go Shopee right now. That answer.
Next question. What do you think about NFT implementation for loyalty program?
See, NFT is we like to really focus on like getting from one stage to another. There's like a sea of opportunity right now opened up with cryptocurrencies, tokens, NFTs, whatnot, and new chains coming in. So focus is very important for us right now. So what me, Mike, and Ivan is not here today, and the Enecuum team is really focused at how to get the first phase sorted on launching the token with our seed rounds secured, with our private rounds secured, with our initial exchange offerings secured, and then deploy the smart contract, and then have the ERC tokens positioned in the exchanges, as well as work on flipping the ERC model into Enecuum, so that we would use the Enecuum chain on that particular phase. So that's our main focus right now. Of course, there's a world of opportunity on NFTs, but we would really like to strictly stick to what the game plan is right now. Am I right, Mike?
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Because we have to focus first of all from one side to help to launch the project as soon as possible, and to help with some communications and to seed round and exchanges. And from other hand, we have to implement you token based on Enecuum network to the core of the Invoke tree and Go Shoppy.
Exactly.
Because with ERC20 it doesn't make sense with the super high gas fee,
Exactly.
with the low transaction. It doesn't make sense to use the ERC20 for the business flow to the core of the Invoke. But for crowdfunding at the moment, it's the only way
We can get to.
which can work at the moment. Yeah. But regarding the NFT, it's like yeah, I actually don't see right now the clear picture how NFT can be implemented. But of course, like we can make the brainstorm together and we can find a solution how we can bring the NFT, but only if doesn't make sense. But if not, it's like it then have to be like implemented to Invoke or Go Shopping. This is my
Yes,
vision.
with your permission, I'll just give a glimpse of so much of ideas coming out of this project. Is if you really look at NFT, if you see OpenSea or whatever, it's a marketplace. So Go Shopee is a marketplace. We have all the technology to give what the customer needs. So it's just a matter of flipping it to NFT marketplace as well. There's another business model that we can discuss with a partner, blockchain partner, Enecuum. There's a lot of exciting things happening, and I'm like really geared up for 2022. Yeah.
Let's move to the next question.
Yeah, let's move.
Oh,
Could you tell something about Go Shopee? Is it already working platform? How many
yes, it is.
transactions it provides per day? How
Um,
many sales?
Towards the COVID side times, we go into about maybe around $15,000 on a peak time it was. But right now we're in the midst of like tweaking. We don't take any more onboarding, any more merchants right now because we are in the current phase of switching into different models and upgrading the systems to see the exact time where we are going to shake hands with Enecuum on the payment gateways, structuring of the payment gateways on the blockchain front of it. So we've not gone aggressively on marketing right now because we're just managing the merchants that we have right now, and we will scale up as soon as the Innovoc token comes into place and the seed and the private comes into place. We have plans to do the digital onboarding of merchants aggressively. We have token allocations to incentivize the merchants. So we got a big plan ahead of us on onboarding merchants. So right now we're taking a bit one step at a time and just focus on the merchants that we have right now without going for aggressive push.
The next question. Is Go Shopee already accepted Enecuum? Is it possible to buy with my Enecuum in Go Shopee?
Yes, there is definitely plans to integrate ENQ with our discussion. So we will have the loyalty token as a reward system, but the loyalty token would be also kind of a payment method in merchants wanting to acquire more loyalty tokens, because we are also kind of brainstorming and creating a mechanism on a staking mechanism as well, which is going to be very interesting and lucrative for the merchants as well as the consumers. So yes, we do. We have spoken about it, and we will also get ENQ as a payment option on the payment gateway, right, Mike?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
The next question. Of the many blockchains, can you explain to us why Enecuum 3 choose to and build on the Enecuum network and integrate into the Go Shopee e-commerce platform? What do you get from the Enecuum blockchain?
First of all,
Good question.
yeah, good question. First of all, there's another person from Team Lab who's Mike as well as Ivan. So Ivan has been acquaintance of mine as well. So he's introduced me to Mike, and we've had conversations. I find Enecuum, when I studied it, I found that there is a lot of background founders with a great guru type of cryptography gurus within the concept and the company. So they have a kind of a great value to their POAs, POWs, POSs, and their minings and the scalability of it, how the chain is, the chain mechanism is done, how the gas fees is going to be very competitive with other chains. So for these reasons, we have chosen to go with Enecuum as well as Trinity Lab, and we do have plans as well with this acceleration program. We are the first to come on board, and there are many exciting partnerships that we are looking at globally. Yes. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
And the next question is, you are planning to hold an IDO. May I know which IDO platform do you want to choose?
That's another good question. So the IDO, I mean, I believe we planned the IDO to come on towards January, but there was a kind of a strategic things that we had to iron out, polish out. So it might get a bit more delayed than January, because we're trying to see that we can focus in covering the private round towards the end of January, after the mid of January of the seed round being covered. So probably we're looking at maybe February first, second week, or the last week of February on the IDO. But we have not particularly picked and chosen a particular exchange. We are having discussions with CEXs and DEXs. So let's see. I mean, it's also an opportunity to see where our DEX partners come in and say and love the concept and say, okay, we would also join with you in this road to expand globally and give that partnership edge as well. So we could really choose who we really want to go with. And right now we are in discussion, so we are discovering that with the DEXs.
And the next question. In Evoc 3, your project name looks attractive and unique. Why is there a 3 at the end of your project name?
Yes, I mean, I love that question. Enoch had a lot of thought to it, because it's about invoking and evoking, to call out things. So in the crypto world, we are calling out a lot of things. I mean, from partnerships to exciting strategies to technologies, we are calling out a lot of things. But number 3, there's a kind of a secret to it. But at a latter stage, when we are launching, we will kind of reveal that to you all.
Amazon and Alibaba, two of the biggest e-commerce giants in the world. Recently, you created the Enecuum 3 Go Shopping e-commerce platform, which is powered by Enecuum blockchain and owns the Enecuum crypto token. How likely do you think Enecuum 3 Go Shopping will replace Amazon or Alibaba e-commerce?
That question is coming from a very passionate person who loves dreaming, for sure. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. This is a question from a dreamer who has visions, right? So obviously, Amazon and Alibaba, they started off small, right? So we think as well as a David going against Goliath, but we are in a good age because these big companies are centralized. So they will have to adopt decentralized methods, and the decentralization is taking over. That's the news, right? The new news. So our concept is so unique in a kind of a decentralized fashion that we can go into any market with the regulatory compliance. We can open it up, and we can set up the entire exchanges with the currency, with the token itself, as the chain itself, with the blockchain partners. So it's kind of very unique, and we are small in that way that we can move fast, right? The more you get bigger, you get slow, because there's a lot of things to sort out strategically before you move into a market. But if you take Alibaba and Amazon, yes, they are in market players, And it's not about replacing them. They have their uniqueness and we have our uniqueness. So what our uniqueness is to see the merchant's pains and to see how the merchant can shine as an organic brand. So the brand is visible on our platform. That's the most unique thing about Go Shopping, so that they can have their own URLs within plugged into our platform, but they maintain their own URL, but they'll still be in our marketplace, right? And we give them all the tools that they require from a small to a medium enterprise that they can really benefit out of. And there'll be also information about the modules, how to, and there'll be also kind of coaching documentation, how to get from where they are to what they want to achieve. Yeah.
Okay, let's move. Tell us a little about the Enecuum 3 token, whatever it will be available on NX Space in the future.
Sorry, repeat that again. Sorry.
Tell us a little more about Enecuum 3 token, whether it will be available on NX Space in the future.
Yes, of course. I mean, we are in for partnership. We are into for long term, right? So definitely, this would be a kind of a token on NX. That's no questions, right, Mike?
Yeah, of course. I think after any space will be launched, you can easily add at least create couple of pools like Enecuum 3 to Enecuum or Enix, and Enecuum 3 to wrapped USDT, and of course we will add it to the harvest farm, so people who will stake the LP token of those pairs will get extra reward in Enix. So please stay tuned, and you will see the Enecuum 3 on Enix Space.
Awesome.
The next question: have you had any experience in the field of e-commerce business? Tell us a little more about yourself and your team.
Yes, I mean, I've been, as a serial entrepreneur, I've been involved in many projects as well as spearheaded technology companies also in Bahrain, also as a CEO as well as chief e-market strategist. So my area on e-com will explore more on the omni-channel strategies as well as value propositions, as well as how do we position something of value in the market. And I will be working with the CTOs. One of the co-founders is CTO is Madan, so I've been working with him for around 4 years, and he's a ex-IT expert as well, who worked in Deva in Dubai. So he has a track record of 20 years and a master's as well, Madan himself. And I've worked in many IT professionals, both in the Middle East as well as Europe and Switzerland. So that's a bit of the technopreneur background. But as an educator, I was one of the youngest teachers in Switzerland at the age of 24. I was lecturing in Swiss education group and on the entrepreneurship side, as well as the hotellerie and tourism and business models and so forth. Yes, that covers a bit of my my life, but there's much more. But I think this is kind of sufficient for now. And my LinkedIn profile, you can find more information about me.
Let's move. What is unique about Go Shoppy, and how do you plan to grow your customer base?
Sorry, I couldn't get the last bit.
What is unique about Go Shoppy, and how do you plan to grow your customer base?
I think this particular question
Ben
was
already
answered
on
that.
this
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Yes.
Please exclude all question which already was covered by Ben.
Yes.
Let's move forward. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. What B2B connections Go Shoppy already has?
What's that?
What
Sorry.
B2B connections Go Shoppy already has?
So business to business, when you say we are talking about the merchants, right? We're talking about different other groups as well who do require for tailor-made solutions. And we do not give white label solutions because we are unique, but we will look at different tailor-made solutions for certain groups. Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't want to disclose different names right now on B2B, but when you go to Go Shopee, you see all the merchants. But there's different other projects running, and there's a lot of merchants and groups that we are dealing with, and also some of the IT CTOs dealing with certain government deliverables as well on the IT front.
Okay, the next one, where do you plan to list Enevox 3?
Yes, as soon as possible. So hopefully that we can, because there are pre-committed investors looking and studying and looking at everything, all angles, to make that full commitment and get on board on the seed as well as private as the exchanges as well. So as soon as that is ironed out, we definitely want to go viral next year, along with Trinity Lab as well as Enecuum, together as fast as possible in the first quarter. We had to finish this on the first quarter.
The next one, what price do you expect for Enevox 3?
Yes, I mean the moment we position it in the right manner.
I think this question is like a speculation question, like
yes. Yeah.
what kind of price, like people always wait to hear like we will increase the price like hundreds of thousand times.
Yeah.
So this is the speculation price, and let's exclude this a question.
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
I'll check some question in our YouTube translation live. So
guys, I just drive 700 kilometers and like 100 kilometers on.
Take rest,
yeah,
man.
100
take rest, Mike.
Yeah, no, we have one more AMA in 2 hours, so I just came to the lobby, so excuse me, so it's a little bit noisy here. So I didn't check in my room, so I just drive and come here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks.
I think this is the whole question from
That's it.
Our community, yes.
Yeah,
thank you so much for you join.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you for join us, and
I do have a
go ahead.
I do have a request for our community members, because our community is also, I think, having a view on this right now. So both communities do support us all the way, because they are real projects with real cases. We are solving problems. So we need your fullest backing up and spread the word around with all the. I do come from Enecuum as well as Enevox 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you that you join us, and have a good celebration of Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah, thank you so much, and let's move forward.
Yeah, all the best.
Yeah, let's move forward to the 2022.
22.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Okay, guys, if that's it, I think we cover all the question, and I think I will leave. And in the end, I would like to say thank you for all community, our developers, our team, our supporters, and let's move forward to the 2022. And Merry Christmas to everyone, and Happy New Year. And so team will go for 1 week for the holidays, from last day of December till 10th of January. So team will be on holidays, and me myself, I take holidays for 3 days, and I will be work. So let's move forward. Let's move to the new goal, the 2022 together. Thank you so much, and see you the next year.
Internet issues. And there one more question about the roadmap, and you can I send a link to our goals to common chat.
I think maybe we can discuss roadmap in the next kind of AMA session, because there already a lot of words were said today.
Yes, maybe let's plan AMA after holidays, and everyone who wants will check our plans, and maybe we'll have some questions.
Yeah.
Okay. And also I will release something like marketing plan 2, so everyone can maybe review it and ask some questions to our next AMA. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking part. Thank you, Sergey. And bye. Have a Merry Christmas and
yeah, bye for everyone. Thank you.